from back in the day that is genuinely not something that I've ever felt awkward about against us, as if it's like this super big deal. So I'm going to give you the timeline from back in the day. All right. So I meet Lena. We go on, or we hang out like 2 times. And then after that, we didn't see each other for like a couple months. And then
wait, hold on. You can't skip past it. Did you have sex when y'all met those 2 times?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So we hang out a couple times. And this is like way back in the day, dude. This is like 2016 when we were still downtown.
Okay.
And then but she met HousePhone like through me, because like even like the first time we hung out, HousePhone just happened to be there, right? And so me and her are like having nothing to do with each other after that. Like, and then he hangs out with her like a couple months later, and they end up sleeping together. And then maybe even like a couple weeks or like a month after that, me and her hang out again. And then from there, we start hanging out more and more. And that kind of like eventually turns us into us dating. So, I mean, I just wanted to put that out there because, to be honest, it was never even like an awkward thing with me and HousePhone. Like, I mean, to be fair, like this was way before I ever even like had him working for No Jumper. Like he had been on a few podcasts and shit, but like this was way before, like I put him on the No Jumper show and like, you know, took him on tour a bunch of times. All that shit was after this. And obviously I knew about it, and I started dating Lena and like, you know, fell in love with her and proposed to her and everything. So, I mean, it's just kind of like, I just wanted to air it out and just throw it out there because I'm sick of seeing people like,
I ain't gonna lie, they were starting to hold it over your head a little bit. I'm gonna be honest.
What do you say?
They were trying to hold it over your head because the amount of people who sent it to me and the way everybody's like, it's kind of feel like it's a thing where like everybody's giggling about it and maybe you're not in on the joke, which, you know, I told people, I'm like, at the end of the day,
what's giving it power is just the fact that people are acting like it's this thing that I'm like fucking horrified by, when in reality, I mean, anybody who fucking pays attention to my content knows that I'm a pretty open-minded person sexually. And I mean, me and my girl sleep with different fucking girls every day. And it's just not like like, to be honest, it was never even like this awkward thing between me and HousePhone. It was just kind of whatever. Cause like, I mean, I could probably honestly think of like 10 girls that me and HousePhone both slept with around that time. The Lena thing is just kind of awkward because, you know, obviously I ended up getting married to her.
Okay. All right. Did he tell you? So obviously, well, clearly, and this, you know, I was having a conversation, another separated story that you don't got to do it, but like I was having a conversation with like Freddie Gibbs' ex, right? And I literally was talking to her on the phone twice. Once before I said something online, and the second time after it. And I literally told her, I'm like, I'm gonna be honest with you, yo, I was like, yo, Freddie Gibbs dated a girl that was a adult entertainer. Like, what the fuck? Like, she's like, oh yeah, I got a story to tell. I got like some big important stuff. And I wasn't trying to like diminish anything she was trying to say. I'm just like, what the fuck could you tell us about a guy who dated an adult entertainer? Like, tell us. Like, what the fuck could actually be like, oh my God, I needed to hear that. You know what I mean? Obviously, I believe when it comes to like even you, right? Like, you know, people know that just sexually and just like how you've moved, it's just not how definitely not how I've moved, but you've never been shy about it. It's not some shit where, you know what I mean? I think the whole HousePhone thing is happening because he never revealed that. I think you're pretty straightforward with all the shit you do. I don't think you're kind of like hiding shit.
Yeah, I mean, and the weird thing about it is like I started seeing Lena before she was a porn star and before I was a porn star. So realistically, like if I wasn't with Lena, I probably would end up being with another porn star. And like every single fucking porn star out there has slept with, you know, a million fucking guys on camera. The only reason why Lena and I have had the kind of thing we have where she hasn't slept with anybody else in like almost 7 years is just because we kind of like got into the industry together, you know? And to be honest, I feel like I could be in a relationship with a girl who had fucked 50 guys on camera. That doesn't really, I'm not really the kind of person that would judge a girl massively by that. It would be kind of almost tempting to judge her just because I know that like my audience would be judging her by that standard. But at the end of the day, you know,
does that affect you?
I care about the fact that
does that affect you?
Slept together back in the day. It's fucking whatever. It's like, this was back in the day. We were partying. It's nothing to me. And it doesn't change anything about the way I feel about her, and it doesn't change anything about the way I feel about him, you know?
Okay, so then I got to ask the question, right? Because so the theory I've realized, and hey, Adam, I'm gonna give you this advice. I don't even want when I'm done, you can react to it if you want to, but I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is no, there's no fucking angle to this. I believe about a quarter of what's happening with you and your organization, everything you got going on, that fucking Reddit is disgusting. When I go on there, all they do is try to get y'all to fight. Okay, it's like a gossip mob. You know, I was gonna start supporting my own Reddit, and then I realized, oh, this shit's gonna just try to lead to my own destruction. Fuck it. Discord is way better, but hey, that's up to you. The question I guess I wanted to ask is this, right? Because these are the things that when people want additional drama, they feed in. They're like, number one, did HousePhone tell you that he had sex with Lena before you took her serious?
Before what?
So okay, you start hanging out with Lena, or you hang out with her a couple times, twice. Y'all do whatever y'all do, but it's nothing serious. You know, she's doing whatever the fuck she does. A couple months later, HousePhone hooks up with her, and then a couple months after that, you hook up back with her again, but now you're kind of feeling her a bit, right?
Right.
Does HousePhone kind of give you the one up to be like, yo, bro, like, you do know I fucked her?
Yeah, actually, he did tell me on some regular shit, like almost like he was just kind of checking to see if I was going to be pissed about it, because even though me and her had only hung out a couple times at first, it was, you know, like people had seen us hanging out, and he kind of like, there was a vibe that we might have something going on, but we weren't really like, we just kind of stopped kicking it. So he definitely hit me up and told me about it just on some friend shit, you know?
Okay. Wait, all right. So you basically know, so there was no fucking secret then. I'm guessing people thought like you didn't know.
It wasn't a secret. It just like, we never talked about it on camera, you know?
Did she also admit it? Like because I'm getting, yo, all these like Reddit people, this is what they're fucking saying, my nigga. They're like, yo, you find out later and you're in a fucking rage because your future wife slept with your employee, which, you know, in the context of maybe other organizations and other friendships and other real life situations, because you have the power over someone in a work environment, when you find out that they've maybe fucked the love of your life and the mother of your kids, maybe now you're then doing shit and acting a way to perhaps take out revenge or make yourself feel okay with the fact that he slept with your woman. So like people were telling me, oh, well, somebody actually donated today, and they were like, oh yeah, Adam's been fucking every girl that has been associated with HousePhone.
That's not actually true. I've like joked around about it, or like there was one girl that I was trying to have on Plug Talk who's like an actual porn star that was kind of like a meme where we would like joke around about her. But I don't think any of the girls he's dated, like I could think of a bunch of girls he's dated, I don't think I ever had anything to do with any of them or like tried to or anything like that. I mean, that's mostly like a joke narrative on the podcast, to be totally honest.
Okay, so the bullshit they told me, oh, you didn't want to invite him to your house or to the baby shower or some other shit.
That's not true. Like, he was at my kid's first birthday party. There's a fucking vlog from it. He's in there like shotgunning White Claws and shit. And
White Claws, ew. Gotta do some Happy Dads, man.
Well,
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not trying to like I understand that I'm not going to be able to stop the narrative of like, oh, Adam is like pissed off about Lena and HousePhone having this history or whatever, because I understand that to most people that would be like a really big deal. But all I'm going to say is like everything I ever did with HousePhone on camera, pretty much besides like, you know, the first year of podcasts on the channel, was after all this. So it's like, you know, I've been on tour with him. I've like, you know, I've done a million different things with this dude, and we've definitely had our difficulties and our issues, which honestly are probably like mostly about him just kind of like not showing up on the podcast and stuff. Is just kind of like not showing up randomly. But that honestly, like, that caused me like a million times more anger, just him like being kind of unprofessional about not coming to the show on time and shit, versus the Lena thing. That was always whatever. It just kind of, has grown into this like weird thing that people keep hinting at online as if it's going to be this like devastating blow to me. And in reality, it's like, I've been knowing about this. We just kind of, at a certain point, you just stop talking about it, right? Because like if you and your boy, like if you were in the same situation,
yeah,
I'm sure at some point you would just kind of like we never had a conversation about like, yo, don't bring that up. But it just kind of became obvious as we got more serious that we're just not going to mention it,
So just asking an obvious question. There was no fucking like, lingering feeling of I must have revenge or embarrass HousePhone because he fucked the mother of my child. That did not happen.
No, because to be honest, if I was mad at him, I would have probably retaliated back in like 2016 when it happened, not in 2023 when it's a far distant memory,
Damn, that's 2016. Yo, that's a long fucking time ago. God
no,
damn,
bro, that's downtown.
Jesus Christ. All right, cool. I guess the next thing I do want to ask you,